again to our YouTube channel. Thank you so much for coming back, guys. Thank you to our old subscribers and thank you to our new subscribers. Guys, today I came here with a bare face, low cut. So guys, I'm already filming a story time on how I became a C-section mama. So my first child was a C-section, my second child was a C-section, but my first child is an emergency. So I want to tell you the story of what happened, why I decided to do C-section like forever. So guys, I'll be doing my makeup while I give you these gists, just simple makeup, but I'll skip the brows because it will just take longer. So let's jump into the video. I actually use this MAC brow pencil, like it's called Shape Plus Third Brow Tint. Guys, I love this product. Guys, back in 2018, I mean, as a first-time mom, I had no idea like what to expect, you know, labor or anything, no idea. So at that time, my husband was still back home in Nigeria. So sorry guys, let me just put this on my face. Like I said, I'm going to leave all the product down. I've got a mirror here, so in case I'm looking at my left side. So back then, my husband was still in Nigeria and, you know, living alone here and being pregnant. Then, like a week before giving birth, before my due date, say just like few days before giving birth, before my due date, sorry, my husband came so that he can, you know, express the whole thing with me. And then he took 6 weeks off from work. They gave him 6 weeks holiday. So you can imagine how I was feeling. I want to have this baby right on my due date or before then, so that way they can spend time together before he go back to Nigeria. So that's how at 39 weeks, yes, I went to the hospital. They did the main breast sweep. You know how they will like put their hand up there and then twist it around just to see if it will be dilated or if you can go into labor soon. So they did it and everything, done the work. And then I had this family friend, like an auntie, who told me she used what is it called, castor oil. She used castor oil to induce her labor. She bought it from the African shop, she drank it, and then that same night she went into labor, right? So I was like, okay, I'm desperate. I want this baby to come out soon. I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. After all, I researched on YouTube. I saw other ladies doing it and it worked for them, right? I was like, this is going to work for me too. So where I was staying at that time, the African shop is far. I was like, oh, no, I can't be bothered going there. That I'm just going to go to Holland and Barrett's and buy a castor oil. That's how I went to Holland and Barrett's. Guys, I bought the castor oil. Clearly in the box, in the tin, it says whether pregnant women shouldn't drink it. But to be honest, all of them, it says so because I think they know that pregnant women used to drink that to induce the labor, right? So I just ignored it and took it anyway. So that's how I took this castor oil. So that my family friend, she said she took 2 teaspoons of castor oil and it worked for her, right? So I was like, okay, I'm scared. Let me just take 1 spoon to see if it's going to work for me, right? I took 1 spoon. The thing did not work. I was like, okay, let me take another spoon. I took another spoon. The thing did not work. So I waited like another 2 days. I said, okay, let me take these 2 spoons that she actually took. Let me take the 2 spoons. I took the 2 spoons, and then we were getting ready to go to bed. I and my husband. So before we went to bed that night, I called my pastor. It was so late at night, but I called him anyway. I called him and he prayed for us. He said, don't worry, you will give birth soon. You give birth like the Grwm, don't worry. He encouraged us and, you know, I felt happy. So guys, my pastor prayed and everything. So we went to bed. When we went to bed, let you say like about 30 minutes or an hour, I just can't sleep. Like my tummy was biting me. I was like, oh, this is it. but I didn't feel too much pain. It was painful, but I didn't feel too much pain. I was like, nah, let me just ignore it. Let's just go back to bed. My husband was like, are you okay? I said, nah, I'm fine. Let's just go back to bed. As I went back to bed, I said 2 minutes. 2 minutes time, I was going mad. Like it's like my whole back was on fire. That's how I stood up. I went to the toilet and I noticed the, what is it called? You know when you see blood, I forgot the name. They call it sha. So that's how I saw that. I was like, oh my god, you know, mind you, first time I was, oh my god, okay, I've researched. I kind of know what is this. I know that if you see this, you are closer to, you know, be in labor, or like you are already in labor, something like that, sha. So that's why I called the NHS. I ring them up. I told them what's happening. They said, oh, okay, don't worry. Oh, that's just the beginning. So just give it some time. If you're really in pain, really in pain, you can't take it, then come. I said, okay, that's fine. So that was it. That was like 30 minutes after that phone call. The pain came back like 1 million times. It's almost like somebody grabbed my womb. I was dragging it. That's how I literally felt. So I called them again. I was like, oh no, I'm really in pain. I'm in serious pain. I was like, okay, I should come in. So me and my husband, we called the taxi. We went to the hospital. Sorry guys, this foundation dried so quick. Let me just quickly apply the foundation. So guys, after going to the hospital, I got there. This lady is telling me that I'm just 2 centimeters dilated. I'm like, really? After all this pain, 2 centimeters dilated is like 2 centimeters. They don't give you a bed until you are about like 5 to 6 centimeters dilated. That's the only way they will allow you to stay. If not, you have to go back, then come back if it's really bad. Guys, we had to go back home. So I and my husband went back home. At that time, we were staying in a flat, and there's a staircase before you get to our door. So that's why we said bye to the taxi guy, and I was just walking to our room. That's how I got to our room. I was like, oh my god, it's like the thing just hit me there. Like I was like, babe, get that taxi to come back now. My husband was like, the taxi's already gone. I'm like, no, get a taxi now, I'm dying. I'm actually dying. So my husband called another taxi. Oh my god. My husband was screaming on the phone like, oh no, my wife is there. My wife is in labor. My wife is in labor. The taxi came like so quick. So that's how I'm going to the taxi. Driving to the hospital feels like we're driving from like Aberdeen to like London. It was just fire in my head. Like I was going crazy. I was screaming at the guy. I was like, you are driving so fast. Like it's so bumpy. The road is so bumpy, guys. The road is not bumpy. If you know where we live, you know that the roads are so good. The road is not bumpy, but it was just all in my head. Like I was just going crazy. Finally, we arrived at the hospital. They checked me. I'm telling you, the space of 30 to 40 minutes, they checked me again. I was already at like 7 meters dilated. Like it was so fast. I said, right, I can do this. That's why they admitted us. We got our room, you know. They got everything ready. So they broke my water. No. I think I was about 8 centimeters or 9 centimeters, something like that. Or 7 centimeters actually. They broke my water. So my water didn't break on its own. They had to break my water themselves. And if you've been through that, you understand that for them to break your water, it's actually painful. You know, that they use that long thing to go in there and break it. So they broke my water. And that's when I felt the pain. Mind you, I'm already in pain. But I don't think I understand what pain is until they broke my water. So when they broke my water, the pain went like, from like 10 to like 1 million billion. Like I was going crazy. So mind you, I already called my auntie. So my auntie came. My husband is there. My auntie is there in the room. And I wanted epidural so bad. I was like, oh no, I need epidural. I've already done my research. I understand that the side effect is that if you move, the needle can go wrong and then you'll be paralyzed. But to be honest, I don't care at this point if I'm paralyzed. So I was like, I want an epidural, I want an epidural. And then my husband and my auntie were discouraging me that, oh no, that I should forget epidural, that what if I move and anything go wrong? And mind you, I was like, okay. But I was still telling the nurse that, okay, you should try to get the guy that does the epidural, I forgot what their name is, that, you know, I might still need it. It's like, okay. The moment the guy walked into the room, the guy is a night. By the way, this time is already at night. It's like maybe by 1 or 2 a.m. or like 3, 4 a.m. around that time, sha. So this guy looks tired. Mind you, where I work night shift. So I know what the deal is. Night shift. You're already tired. You are tired, right? So when this guy walked, he was like, oh, sorry, do you actually want epidural? The moment I look at his face, I was like, no, thank you. I'm good. Before you got shook needle for my back for a wrong place. So I was like, no, I'm good. But I'm not good. I was in so much pain. And then they gave me, the lady was like, okay, do you want, she showed me many other drugs I can take. I was like, no, I will do it. And my auntie and my husband was encouraging me that I can do it naturally. I said, okay. So they were like, okay, but do you want gas and hair? I was like, okay, yes, I will get gas and hair. Guys, let me put my concealer on. I'm just dropping into this gist and forgetting my makeup. So guys, that's it. So I told them that they should give me the gas and hair. Guys, that gas and hair, I don't understand that thing. I don't know what's inside that thing. That thing, yeah, it's like it wasn't even helping. Like I was just that thing. I keep sucking it in, breathing out, sucking it in. It's like I was just It's like everywhere I feel dizzy. It was just like I was just like, this thing is not good. I don't like this thing. So I stopped using it. So that's where I was managing the pain and everything. All of a sudden, this the nurse said that she's going for a break. I was like, okay, that's fine. She went for a break. She came back. Everything was still fine. We're keeping on gisting. At this point, we're gisting because, mind you, if you've been through labor, you understand that it comes and go, it comes and go, it comes and go, it comes and go, right? So that time that I go, I will have a break. Then when they come back, I'll stop my madness, right? So the lady went for a break, came back. Everything was going fine, they said I'm making progress. I'm literally at 9 centimeters and they said they're going to get the doctor so that I will start. I'm progressing so fast, I'll get 10 centimeters before I start pushing, because if you have to get to 10 centimeters before you can push, right? So let me just blend this thing. Yes, guys. So when the guy went for his break, the nurse, there were 2 of them. There was a lady and there was a guy. So one of them went for the break. Both of them left the room anyway. So we're just chilling, gisting. And at that time when the contraction wasn't coming in, and all of a sudden this lady came in. I don't know whether Jesus Christ just sent her to come in at that time, even when she just left not long ago. She came in and instantly she just noticed one of those machines that they put to monitor the baby. They put strap around you to monitor the baby, and then they put one for you to monitor you as well. But the screen, like the TV screen, there's a TV screen right there. See the baby heart rate going up and down, and your heart rate to monitor us as well, the monitor. So the way the lady walking, she just noticed my baby monitor that the heart rate was going down. Down a lot, like down a lot. She just ran and hit the emergency buzzer. I was like, oh my god, what's going on? what's going on. And then, oh my god, doctors, as in the room was packed. I was like, what is going on? You know, mind you, at this point I'm thinking, what's going on? I had a simple pregnancy, as in all through, no issues, not for one day they said there's one issue, as in everything has been fine. So what's going on? And then this lady was like, oh, don't worry, we just have to take the baby out now. I'm like, what's happening? Is that, oh, the baby heart rate is really down, like we have to take the baby out now. I started crying straight away. I was just like, CS, I mean, there's nothing wrong with CS, but you know, when you do not have plan for it, it's not like I'm planning for it, it's an emergency, right? So I started crying. My husband was like collapsing. My husband was like fainting, like that's my auntie was, everybody was just like, what's going on? So that's why they wheeled me straight to the theater, put me down in their theater bed, you know, insert the epidural. Voila, I had my baby. My husband couldn't come in because it was like frightening, because the thing just happened so fast. So he was calling pastors, you know, as a typical Nigeria Christian. He was calling pastors and everything. He was attacking my wife. So that's how they wheeled me to the room anyway, and they brought our daughter out, Chimamanda. Everything was just like a blur. You know, I was like, what happened? It was just crazy. The heart rate was just dropping. I mean, honestly, I just thinking about it, I just thank God that, you know, everything went so fine. Just imagine that the lady didn't come in and we're just talking and we're not even watching the monitor. That's how I would have probably lost her, you know. So yeah, that's what happened. Now, this thing has already happened. I already had my baby through C-section. 2 years after, about to have another baby, and I was like, okay, should I just have a CS? Because I mean, what happened was an emergency CS, right? I did plan it, but it happened. So like, should I just go through this CS thing? But in the back of my mind, I want to experience, you know, vaginal birth. But I was thinking that, what if like this thing happen again, you know, whereby I'm ready to have a baby and then emergency, I have to still, and mind you, from research, emergency CS is more dangerous than having a planned CS, because I mean, they are working so fast just to bring this child out. Things can go wrong more than a planned CS, which is called elective CS, right? So they told us that I've got option, because I dilated myself all the way to 9 centimeters so fast without no help. So it's up to me. At this point, they say it's up to me. I could have a CS again for this my second child, or I could opt for an elective CS, meaning I chose to do a CS, elective CS, right? So I was like, okay. I said I was going to have a vaginal birth just because I felt like, you know, let me experience it, right? And there's no need to go under the knife if I don't need to. So all through the pregnancy till, which is my second pregnancy, till about 7 months or 8 months, I've always put it in my head that I'm going to have a vaginal birth. They told me that they will put eye on me, that I should not worry, that they will take me to the nursing unit, which there's going to be lots of nurses there. They will put the strap on my tummy. They'll be watching me, so that, mind you, if you've already had a CS first, and then the next child you want to have a vaginal birth, you could have a what is it called, rupture, something like that, whereby if you're pushing from where there's tissue before, it can open, it can burst open, right? So in that, and then I was just thinking about that, like, why will I open my eyes and a doctor is telling me this and telling me it's my choice? What if that time come, and then after like being in labor for so long, I'm pushing, and then I end up in emergency CS? Mind you, I did my own research as well. So I went on YouTube, Google, I was listening to other moms and their stories, and then I heard a lot of moms, they are saying that they regret having a vaginal birth after a CS because things went left. I just called the doctor. I said, you know what, me and my husband sit down, we'll think about it, we'll pray about it. And my husband was like, what's the need of you they've already opened you for CS, why do vaginal birth and then another opening? You might as well just do what you know. Have another CS, you book a date, you go, you get your baby, and you are fine. And it's safer than having a vaginal birth that could end up with CS, or you can be on labor for like three days or something like that. I was like, okay, right, that's what we're going to do. So that's how we end up having our second child. We end up having elective CS. Guys, I'm actually spraying this on my face. I love this stuff. So that's how we end up having our second child. We booked the day. We booked the day to have him. Went to the hospital and we had him. Although with my second child, they were saying that 1 minute is growing well, the other minute is not growing well. So I mean, I'm already at 37 weeks, which is classified as full term. And you're like, okay, if you can do it to 39 weeks or 38 weeks, we just book a day and then we take your baby out. And that's what happened. We just booked the day and that was it. This is how I become a C-section mom. I was like, I already had an emergency and I'm not about to have any emergency again. That's what we did and that was it. Yes guys, let me finish my makeup and then I will be right back. Alright guys, that's the finished look. I hope you like this video, my C-section video, how I became a C-section mama. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like this video if you haven't. Comment, subscribe if you haven't, and turn on your notification bell if you haven't, please. Thank you so much guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.